at night, beyond to the marrow, keeping out of sight, where we all glow, it's a new flow. Sunset spilling out, light leaks on the pavement, shadows blacking out, punk rock and pagan, dancing like a queen, stepping on the stage, heart like gasoline.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Volume down for another day. I think we're down about 20 million from the day prior. Let's see. Yeah, it's at 100 million yesterday and 124 the day before. Let's see. Oh, something's wrong with Chrome. Here we go. Yeah, we were at 124, and then we dropped down to 100. Today, though, is looking really good. We're at 67 million halfway through the day, so that puts us back over 124, which puts us back to Sundays over Monday's 120, 124, 760. So let me bring on the other guys. Yo, what's up, guys?
Yo, what's up, man?
Not much. Volume is really good today for the leading up to the weekend. Hopefully we see an increase today and then another increase. Way up. Way up. Yesterday's was only 100 million on the day. We're at 67 million halfway through the day today. So that's really solid to see. And yeah, hopefully best case scenario, we see leading into the weekend, big volume today, bigger volume tomorrow. That should lead us off to a big weekend. So that would be nice to see. Top NFT collection buys of the Bored Ape Yacht Club holders. I had never seen this. Or maybe I had and I just didn't really look at it that much. Frank. So that Garrett, you want to talk about Frank?
Yeah, definitely. These are funny. These got memed super hard last night. They minted out earlier in the week. And were immediately selling for 0.15, roughly 0.2. And then after the reveal, they took a slight dip, but they actually ended up being funnier and crazier than what people anticipated, I guess. That combined with some extra hard shilling from some bigger CT personalities last night, and they pumped really hard. So they first pumped up to 0.9, and then fell back down to about 0.4. And then I did see a lot of Asian and Chinese buyers in the early morning hours, which was funny. And they pumped up to about 1.4, and now we're sitting around like 0.8, 0.9. But yeah, with those prices and that much volume, no surprise that it's top volume. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, they're definitely interesting. I could never buy one. But yeah, I mean, I can see how it's another meme thing. I thought the Kevin meme stuff was a bit better from the Pixel. What were those stupid? What was that dumb project that? Pixelmon. Yeah, I thought that was a bit better just because that project was just so bad and it was all over the Twitter, NFT Twitter, and so buying like Kevin from that, I thought was. I actually had bought one. I didn't do well on the play, but that I thought was a bit better. But yeah, these will probably be 0.1 in a month, so be careful out there.
Oh, if not in 3 days.
Yeah.
It's extremely dangerous. I got out for just about break even though I think that there's still going to be pumps and dumps coming with this. It's too volatile, man. It's the type of thing that'll keep you up at night if you buy it.
Yeah, for sure. It's one to lose money on, in my opinion. Somebody said, is this up 24/7? I see this all the time on my recommended. I mean, we're not live 24/7. Our videos
We
are,
go daily.
yeah, we're daily at noon EST, Monday through Friday. I mean, I don't know. They are like up on, like, you can rewatch them on YouTube and stuff.
That's cool that you're seeing us on your recommended though, man.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate you you stopping by.
So yeah, Frank, passing on Frank. Yeah, what is this Kanye stuff we're hearing here?
Yeah. Vince, could you click that link I sent at 11:50? I don't think Aiden got a chance to swap it out. It's that should you put 2 weeks, but it should be that bottom one. Yeah. Basically, I mean, there's not a ton of info on this project. It's essentially this guy named Yang, pretty big. He's not even an influencer or anything like that. He just is pretty established. He was on Forbes 30 under 30. He's basically working on this thing called Metaverse GG. It looks almost functional already. At least there's some clips of running around in this world. Pretty cool 3D characters and stuff, which will all be sold as NFTs. They've been working on this since October, which is pretty promising. And he's really good friends with Kanye. Obviously, Kanye's been very public about NFTs, and he has no plans on making his own. So I don't think this would be an exception to that. But it's been pretty clear. Our boy Yang has talked to Ye about this, and I think wants to make him a character in the project. So I'm keeping an eye on this. I think it could have a lot of potential. It almost reminds me of Dogamy, which is a project we actually haven't talked about on here, but really what that is like a metaverse, but it's like animal based, so you're growing and raising a dog. Taking care of it, there's tokenomics. This sounds something similar, but more like a Sims type theory. So yeah, it's kind of cool that they've been working on this since October, and very clearly they've put a lot of work into it. So something we're going to keep an eye on.
Cool. I wonder why it's echoing. I have that mic turned off. It's weird. I think it's because maybe you should just talk through my mic, McKay, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know why it's doing that. It wasn't the other day once I was doing that. I don't know what's going on. I'm down 3.5 ETH from book game. I got 7 friendless spot. Think that's pretty good. So that means you had, so if you lost 0.25 up to 3.5, because you're down 0.5% times, so 0.25 times, it's fixed now. Okay, well that's cool. So you had 14 book games, and that would mean you got 7 out of 14. Is that right? Because that's really good. Like if you're down 3.5 ETH, that would mean, because like the floor was 0.5 and now it's 0.25. So 3.5, that's 14 book games. So I don't know how you got 7 VFriend spots off of 14, because that's insane. But yeah, so you're going to spend about 2 ETH more to mint those 7 friends list spots. So you're at 5.5 ETH if somehow, I don't know how that's possible. But anyways, that'd be 5.5 ETH spent for your 7 VFriend spots, and those 7 VFriend spots, I think the floor on VFriends will be at least 1.5. So you're looking at 7 plus 3.5, that's 10.5 ETH. So yeah, you should be in the green about 3 to 4 ETH after selling your VFriends that you get from those 7. No, I sold it. I'm down that much literally after selling. Yeah, but I mean, I'm saying somehow if you're down, I mean, I don't know which ones you had, but I guess you should have lost 50%, because that's how far the floor is down. But So 3.5 ETH, you're down. Plus, you're gonna spend, like I said, you're gonna spend another $7,000 or like 2 point something ETH. So let's just say you're at 2.5 total. Even it won't be that much, but let's just say you're at 6 ETH that you're down. You're from those 7, you're gonna go over 10 ETH. So you're gonna be 4 ETH in the green, at least in my opinion. But I don't know how I don't know how many like you had or anything, but still, if you're down 3.5 ETH, you should recoup off of 7 VFriend spot, way more than that. So you're in a good spot, because I think the floor should be 1.5 ETH, if not higher, within the first day or two. So we've talked about that being kind of where we're thinking the floor will be. Garrett, are you here? He was.
Yeah, I'm here, bro. Yeah, I'm here. In a rough service area, but.
And so yeah, he was talking about how, like, if you took, there's 10,000 VFriends, they're 15 ETH. There's 55,000 of these, so you'd multiply it by 5. So that's 5x the supply. Divide 16 by 5. You're well over 2.5 ETH. You're basically 3 ETH floor. If you were just doing math, like V2s will be 3 ETH because the same amount of market cap, supply, and everything. So, I mean, I think at 1.5 ETH, we're being really cautious. Conservative. Yeah. So that's like, I don't see how you don't make at least 4 Ethereum. But you might make more, because I think 1.5 is conservative. Also, like, you could get a rare or something. So, yeah, you did really well on your ratios. So yeah, I would have waited at maybe. I don't know if you sold all of them, but if you sold 21 and lost 3.5, it's not bad. I'm gonna try to sell some of the ones I don't need, like a day or two before those frames are needed and stuff. But I like the idea of selling and then just literally taking all the profit from the V2s. And then you could even keep a couple of V2s, maybe 1 or 2 of them after you make all your profit if you really wanted to. Cool. Okay, so we talked about Kanye. Let me get back to our list here. Are we on to Solana already? I think so.
One thing I had was what BAYC holders are buying and selling.
I'm back.
I feel like that's a really interesting analytic to look at. You can sort it by 1 day, and that just gives you an idea of like the types of things people are buying. Most of it's like top volume stuff, like you'll see Frank, Akuma, Everai, Essence, like BSP, but kind of a cool metric to look at, especially if you like look at the period a little longer, or like even a little shorter, especially for like some of these new projects. So
shout out on the Everai call. I had actually bought Everai at 0.2. I wish I had said something to the group. I only bought 1, but at 0.2, you were under the price on the Dutch auction. I thought the art was really cool and interesting and unique. So kind of dropped the ball on him, to be honest. But we still had a good call come in from AD on these after he looked at the community and stuff. And they're around 1 Ethereum now. Really cool. So a good potential flip there. Yeah, I think this, like, I'm going to bookmark this because I think it can be helpful. Although how good these people are, I don't know. So,
yeah, I think
just some more.
Just because they have
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, just because they have an expensive NFT doesn't mean they're good.
Yeah.
Like,
but
I think people get mistaken a lot of times.
But what I like to do is, like, the more data, the more things I can look at to, like, confirm biases and stuff like that. You know, that's kind of helpful.
Yeah.
Like, if you were to say, like, oh, these Everais are cool, and then start doing some digging and stuff, and then you see, like, oh, look, they're buying Everais too. Maybe something, just, you know, just some more data to look at. So I like that. Let's see. All right, are we on to Solana now? That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, Cosmic Ape Crusaders.
Yep. Cool. So these are probably the top mint of the day. It's not the most like crazy roadmap. Some cool looking ape art. with some gamified staking lore. Basically, you lock these guys up, and they kind of gain some sort of power that fits into their universe. The cool thing about this, and this goes back to what I was saying about betting on the team more than the actual project, the guy running this project is actually one of the biggest holders of Teo Robotics. He's got,
Oh, nice.
I think it's like 130 or some absurd number. And because of that, Soulport Tom is actually, he's not heading up the project, but he's got a direct hand involved with it to help this guy out. So people are pretty excited just based off that. So I'm totally going to go for these. I saw somewhere that they're on the Soulport Launchpad. I got the link a few minutes ago. I don't see them on there, so I'm not sure if it's connected or not. But if it is, that makes it super possible for manual users to hit, because bots, to my knowledge, can't really hit that, which is really awesome for our members. Most of us don't have bots, so gives us a real fighting chance at these. So totally going to be going for those later. Those mint publicly at 8 p.m. tonight. If you're whitelisted, they're minting now. So yeah, again, just a bet on the team, really. It's not a bad looking project by any means. I think it's kind of cool. But yeah, more of a bet on the team there. That's probably the biggest one today. And then we have
Cool.
another decently hyped up mint today, Faded Foxes. Another not so unique mint. It's just low cost. Stake your guys, you earn the token, then you down the line can get generation 2. If I go for these, they should be only whitelist, but there might be some secondary swing trading opportunities for us, just since they're so cheap. I'd be just quick flipping this. I definitely would not be holding these. Last I saw, I didn't look today, but the whitelist token was around 1 SOL, which is decent considering that's a 1.2 SOL project. So yeah, I'll be looking for an opportunity for there, and I'll have a write-up posted in our NFT channel shortly after this podcast.
Cool.
So that's it for mints today, and then I have 2 projects to cover that I unfortunately did not see until they went nuclear. First of those is the Jelly Babies. I still don't really know what these are. I think it's some sort of esports thing. I have to still look into it. I just saw it this morning. They partnered with DGods, and anything that touches DGods right now is going absolutely insane. These guys originally came out a few weeks ago, maybe a month or 2 ago. They rugged. The floor went to like 0.01, completely abandoned, and then it got picked back up. And that was the time where that was like almost like the meta of projects getting rugged and then brought back to life, and I kind of stayed away from it for that reason exactly. But now Frank's involved with the DGods, and when I looked this morning, they were at a 13 SOL floor. They've since dipped back down again after 7, after that news shock kind of died down. So I'm going to be looking into these after as well, just to get a more in-depth idea of what's going on here, because the floor is pretty thin. We've got one at 7, one at 7.5, then we start to get into the 8s, and there's only a few there. So these could be a play. They're interesting art. They're little alien-looking babies of some sort, but I know one of our members, I was talking to him this morning, he has a bunch of these that he, I guess, believed in the project after it got picked back up. I think he picked them a bunch up at 2.5. So I know he's up and pretty happy about it right now. So yeah, going to look for some opportunity here. Could totally see it happening depending on what the project is. And DGods are only going up at the moment. So anything partnered with them has the same potential, I think.
Cool. Good find. And then you have Accuverse, which I think is nifty.
Yeah, so this was a nifty drop, and this, I unfortunately was super late to this party. This started as early as, I think, February last year. This guy released 10 open editions of, they call Chapter 1 through 10, basically the story of what looks like the main character of whatever universe he's building. And I didn't realize at the time, this guy, Micah Johnson, the guy who created this, like, he's not on the same level as like Xcopy and Ferocious and all those kind of guys. I'd say he's probably a step down. Maybe I'm wrong, but is a pretty big name in the space. I know the Nifty Portal guys talk about him all the time. That's kind of how this got put back on my radar. So if you hold, let's see here, let me pull the site back up. If you hold, I think a minimum of 4 of the chapters, you get a free, I don't know if it's an airdrop or whitelist to the Aquitars, and then you get one with an OG trait. So again, these are super hyped up. People are going crazy over these. The open editions, they didn't even sell for that much until recently. There was a snapshot taken today, so now they're kind of dipping a little bit. I'm going to look for some opportunity there maybe. But over time, these have just built up. These open editions have all sold crazy amounts, and which is why I had written them off, because I wasn't fully knowledgeable on the subject at the time. But yeah, they think they were $1,000 each for the open edition, and then now some of them are like 5,000 if you held for however long. And if you hold all 10 of the unique chapters, you get 2 Aquitars with OG traits, and then you get one, they're calling it a Mega Acquitar, or a Mega OG trait or something. I don't actually know what that means, but I know people are super excited for them, and I fully expect these to do well. I think the actual Aquitar mint is April 22nd, so in about 2 weeks here. So yeah, it's just another one on my radar that unfortunately I was late to the party on, but might be still some opportunity there. It seems like it's a long metaverse or long universe building play. So maybe buying the dip here now that the snapshot is taken might yield some profits down the line.
These things are crazy, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know much about it. I just know that, big names talk about them all the time.
Have you watched any of these? Like, they're pretty crazy.
Yeah, they're cool looking.
Yeah.
It's very easy for me to get lost in the artwork on Nifty, so I try to keep a level head when I look at that stuff.
Yeah, right. They can definitely a lot of 3D animators and stuff that can do a lot. So.
Yeah, I love that stuff. So I'm always biased when I see that.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
Awesome. All right, let's get out of this, and then we had the Godzilla drop today, and it flew.
Yep.
On Mondo.
These Mondo prints, man. I love Mondo. I've spent way too much money on there, but it's all coming back. I don't know if there's any sales yet, but we had three prints. You had a signed edition at a 120. Oh wow, I see them for 300. A few listed. That's awesome. We had a bunch of guys get that one. That was the #1 pick for today.
Mm-hmm.
And then this other guy, his name is Tom Whalen. He's done other Godzilla prints in the past. Let me see if those are up.
Yeah, I would have gone for the.
Yeah, I that's the one I went for. Looks like that one's about 185 right now. So
we're
looking good.
What's 185? Tom Whalen.
Yep, at a 120. That one's selling for listed at least for 185.
You mean 150? The one that was $75?
Yes.
Cool.
Yep.
Nice.
And then the other one looks like it's got listings for around 150. So all around good Mondo drop today.
That's nice, even on a 55 out of 275.
Yeah, I think I have about 15 Mondo prints coming to my house now.
Dang.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a recap from the past couple weeks for the group that we like to do, and there's a lot from Mondo that was profitable, so that's really nice. Yeah, I think we've covered everything. Let me check chat. Spam God. Just DM us on Twitter. I'll take a look. Yeah, the Cyber Brokers call would have been great. We definitely that one was one that I looking back at it, and McKay did some research on it once they really ran up. But yeah, just shoot me a DM on our Twitter. Do you guys have anything else today?
No,
I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm good. Sorry.
Okay, cool. We'll be back tomorrow at noon EST with the NFTs and retail. Are we expecting a Target drop, McKay? At all?
It's possible. But unlikely.
Okay.
It's not unlikely. It's just possible.
Right. All right. Cool. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.
See you, man.